Texas, make sure you don't vote for Beto. Beto isn't even his name. All the things around Beto O'Rourke revolve around his name being Beto. Revolve around that. It's like, be the change you want to see in the world. Be too. Well, his name isn't Beto. Okay, so, Beto versus Beta. Yeah, but his name isn't Beto. All your puns, all your premises, all of them are dependent on his name being Beto. His name isn't Beto, it's Robert. He's Irish. He's not Latino. He has no Latino in him. Not a slightest connection of Latino. He's using that name cynically to pretend he's Latino, to get Latino votes, because it's racist, and that's what the left do. It's actually a cynical ploy to get votes because you say, I'm one of you, vote for me because I look like you. That's what Obama did, that's what Hillary was going to do, that's what Beto does. That's what Soros-funded groups do. Identitarianism and authoritarianism. And reactionary politics. A charge that gets levelled at the right all the time. All those words get levelled at the right. We're reactionaries, we're identitarians. No, the left. The left are the ones that categorise everyone as either gay or black or straight or trans or midget or Islam or whatever, That's the identitarians. They're the ones that use identity politics and divide and rule. They're not liberal, they're illiberal. They believe in censorship. They don't like free speech. Because free speech is hate speech. Because hate speech really exists. Especially when people can just get taken off, wiped offline completely and completely erased from the public square, from the public debate, the public forum, for the charge of using hate speech, which they can't even define. But they've unpersoned multiple people for this non-defined parameter of hate speech. So they can't define it, they can't describe it, but they are litigious with it. You need to just step back and think about what the Democrats are trying to do. They're obstructionists. They're trying to bring in people to destroy the country. They are installing leaders, installing senators and so on, that actively say that you shouldn't have your guns, that actively say you shouldn't have your country, that actively say that America belongs to the immigrant population rather than white Americans because white Americans are the enemy. That's what they actively say. Soros groups that he's funding. Beto's campaign and Cortesio or whatever. I don't know. They're all foreign. And what about that fat black woman that looks like Diane Abbott? I can't even remember her name. Then there's another one that looks like a sort of dumpy but fatter version of Hillary. They're not interested in saving or protecting anything. They're not protecting anything. They are just subversive, socialist, communist agents that have got into power because Obama put them all these leftovers, etc., and all these Soros-funded new people that have got in that want to subvert and destroy America. That's why they're not Americans. If they were Americans, they wouldn't want to destroy the Constitution. They wouldn't want to subvert everything about America. Because they're not Americans, because they're foreigners, they do. When you don't have your own country, and you're grateful for all the resources of this one that's just been given to you, you want everyone else out. That's what's happening. That's what's happening over here with the Muslims. Muslims coming over here saying, no, get rid of white men, you're not welcome. Brexiteers aren't welcome in Britain, even though we're the ones that actually voted for there to be a Britain, voted for there to be a nation, because nationalism and nationhood go hand in hand, but for some reason globalism is far better. So they use all these things to virtue signal. Typifies the horrific, vapid celebrity that we need to collectively bring down. J.K. Rowling, for example, was sending copies of her Harry Potter books to families in Syria, which were linked to terrorist groups, and most definitely had radical beliefs, though none more radical than J.K. herself, I suppose. These celebrities need to be brought to heel. I've said it before. I feel like I'm going over the same territory again and again. Soros, Saudis, celebrities, censorship, comedians, Hollywood, deep state. I do. These celebrities are brainwashed. And like nothing before them, conditioned through the years to hate the sort of person that Trump seems to be, or what they think Trump is, so that when he's elected they threw their collective hissy fits, threw chairs in the air, screamed into the air, death-threatened everyone without so much as being censored. They were allowed to get away with it. There are double standards when it comes to social media censorship and the algorithms that are in place to be anti-conservative algorithms, and they enforce a pro-globalist position. So they're pro-globalist algorithms that are anti-conservative. They are the architects of our doom, as Elon Musk had tried to warn us and as Stephen Hawking repeatedly warned us about before his voice box ran out of batteries. All the celebrities, all the Hollywood, stars and movie stars and actors and people that used to respect comedians, etc., big tech, big Silicon Valley, all these businesses, none of the celebrities are what they purport to be. They're activists, first and foremost, just like the newsreaders. They believe that Trump is bad because the media told them he was bad. Orange man bad. That's literally what they are, NPCs. The real resistance is Trump. The real liberal is Trump. I don't understand anyone who says that his agenda isn't liberal because he's the only one that's vowed to do anything about the censorship, altering the algorithms we are enslaved by. He's the only one who's vowed to do anything about that. How is that not liberal? He's the only one who's called out the enslavement. He's the only one who calls himself a nationalist and says we can have a nation. We might have been uncomfortable using that word one time, but now, in these tumultuous times when our sovereignty is being sold out every day, we are just fine using it, thanks. We are just fine using the word nationalist, no matter what racist, black supremacist Don Lemon has to say about it. We're not fine with the mainstream media saying that the number one enemy in the country is white men and we need to do something about them. We're not fine with that kind of weaponization. We're not fine with that kind of advocation of violence. Just like we're not fine with any of the advocating violence from the left. And show them in the ballot box. You know, these are obstructionists, these people on the left. They're not moving toward anything. They just want to stop something. That isn't building anything. That isn't building energy. And it's certainly not going to be building any momentum with the American people. You'll find out.